So it is 24 hours later. And I have returned to hopefully collect a recorder. I do hope it's still there. Yeah, I don't know either. Who knows? Who can say? It's just the other side of that, but I'll come up a slightly different way. So it's over here, well, at least I hope it is. Otherwise, it's 80 quid down the drain, isn't it? Ah. Okay, well it has moved. Right, first things first, no apples. Second thing, recorder fallen over, but still here in one piece, hurrah. As is the bag. So that bodes well. Clearly something's gone on. Here's all this crazy stuff for you. Another one right here. And for all those people who are going to say, oh yeah, well, it's all just fallen from above. Well, I am well and truly in the shade of a yew tree. So let's pack this stuff up and get home and see what we got. So thank you, Chris. I have bought some Ziploc bags. £2 for 40. I was quite amazed at that. That's expensive. I only wanted one. I bought 40. But hey, that's how it is, I guess. There we go. Sorted. Right. Would you like to just have a little look round here before we go? Why not, eh? So, proper asterisks. So I can't see how. See how long that is? That one there is 12 feet long. How does that fall in there when above it is a yew tree? Another asterisk here. Another one there. There's more over that way. You can obviously hear the lorry. I think it might have been a coach actually. Another one there. Some crazy curves and bends and weaves. Going on in this tree here. You know? I'd really like to understand how these things could happen on their own without some sort of interference. That's what my question is. You get over here, and although we're out of the little grove of what I think are birch trees, I'm not sure exactly what they are, but I don't think they are birch actually. Anyway, we're at that little grove of trees, and it's, you know, it's changed. So we don't have those structures, they're not here, so perhaps it's something to do with those trees. You know, maybe that's the connection. Now, you come up to the top of the hill, and there is a pathway that runs right down along the backbone of it. And you get people on mountain bikes, get joggers. I'm sure you probably get people camping, and you get schools coming out doing bushcraft. So we've just seen the structures over there, and now you're going to see some bushcraft. And I think it's painfully obvious that there's a difference. So here you go. There's a man-made shelter type of thing. There's a fire pit right next to it. If I look carefully in that, I'll probably find string. But you notice where it is. We've got a viewpoint here. See some couple of people there. The pathway is just there. But where I've just come from, like down the hill, close to the road, you're not bushcrafting there. Why are you doing that? You're not. You are here. So you know, I can distinguish bushcraft, I think. I think it's pretty obvious when you see it. Here you go. Fairly popular route, I think you'll agree. Mountain bikes, horses, etc. And here you go. There's got to be people, clearly. Now if you think it's not people, then you'll probably disagree with me. Somebody trying more of it here, look. So somewhere I think that's just a tree actually, but here you go. Bushcraft, look, people. Dog walkers. Ah, yeah. Little fire pit. So this will be a little bushcraft course, just meters from the path. There'll be like a boss man, I expect, and there'll be some youngsters, and they'll do a little camp and they'll have some fun, and they'll cook up some beans, probably sing a song or two, and have a lovely time. Might be the scouts, cubs. See? Right. Now, let's come across the other side of the path. Aha. There it is. You see the same thing? It's a human type sort of structure. There's some sort of fire pit thing here. It doesn't look like they ever lit it. Newspaper underneath it. And just here, this is maybe for hanging things from. You've got a long horizontal there. Maybe they're hanging wet clothes or whatever off it. Maybe there was a fire pit in there. Possibly. Okay. There's a path, mountain bikes. Now, we're now on like a 30-degree gradient. We're not on the flat anymore, so you're not going to be putting up a camp here because you'd be rather uncomfortable. The floor is moss, so it's damp. It's not ideal. It's not the place you want to be. Look, there's the car. There's the edge of the fence. So if I come across this way, which is now an unnatural direction to want to travel, you get this big U which forms a blind. From the road you can't see past it or through it, it's too dark. It's just not the same thing. This is not the same thing. So you've got a branch in there which is bleached on the left. This one here is rotten. This one is quite fresh and young, and then there's another one underneath there that's rotten. Didn't grow there. Didn't grow there. I mean, look at that. That's been there a long time, that has. This one didn't grow there. One on the other side of it didn't grow there. So I get the argument that when you get a crook in a tree, because you've got there, you've got these two main limbs from this tree that, oh, it's actually two trees. Oh. That they are forming a focal point where stuff that's going to fall will collect there. There's different species in there, there's different ages in there. Bit odd that they fell there. Just a bit. So to continue the little ramble, I am rambling a bit, aren't I? You come into this little grove here, and it's like Spaghetti Junction. So, I could argue that what's happened is these are just thin, flimsy trees, and they grow to a certain length, and the wind has its way and it breaks them, and they drop down in and they make these little asterisk structures because there's a focal point, a collection point for those sticks to gather, and once one gathers there, it's more likely for a second, more likely for a third, and you get kaplunk. Okay, tell me then, how is it that they've fallen and gathered in the shade of a different tree? How do they fall and gather in the shade of this? No, I can't answer that either. Let's go home and see what we've got recorded.